Well, speaking of all things dogs and pooches, let's head outside to Millan with a very special guest this morning.
Hello.
Hi, we don't know which camera they're on that
Lindsay
camera.
DeLuce, good morning, and good morning to everybody. And we want to say good morning to our very, very special guest. We are out here in the parking lot because Cesar Millan, as we speak, is just getting his nose powdered, and he's going to join us momentarily. So let's meet our guest. Good morning to everybody.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
You're whom?
I'm Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie, and this down here is?
Minnie.
Okay, Minnie's being hid by Sienna. So you met Sienna.
Minnie's
here.
a little schnauzer.
That's right. And you're all together as a family, right?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you introduce everybody?
Okay, I'm Jen.
Yep.
This is Ari.
Yep.
That's Beth. That's Michael.
That's right. And this is whom?
Sienna.
Okay, now Sienna's problem is?
That we can't take anything away from her.
Oh.
A little possessive,
Yeah.
Really?
as they say.
Sienna.
Okay, and what about Minnie? What's Minnie's doggy dilemma?
Minnie's an excessive barker.
Okay, and we just learned that just before we came to camera. Steve, he didn't like Steve dancing around. I don't want everyone to get excited because, you know, it's all about energy with Cesar Millan, but he's coming right there.
There he is.
So as we sort of say hello to everybody, I know that you're all big fans.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
big of fans are you?
Huge fan.
Huge.
Yeah.
Me too, right?
Yes.
Me too. All right, well, he's just getting his microphone on. So we're, as you can imagine at home, if anybody has watched the show, you know that Cesar will spend a lot of time with dogs. So we're going to try to do the best that we can here with Cesar's help. And maybe you've got similar problems. Maybe you've got a barking dog. Maybe you have a possessive dog. So we are going to, with Cesar's help, try to help you guys out.
Right. All right. So,
All right.
So we'll
Good
meet.
morning to Cesar Millan, everybody. Good morning.
All right. How you
Good
doing?
morning. Good morning. Good to see you. How are you?
Good.
Excellent. All right.
Guess what the issue is?
Yeah, exactly.
Can you figure that one out?
Oh.
That's how it
All
goes,
right.
of course.
Look how he's holding the leash, so.
He wastes no time, my friends. Can we have a quick chat with you guys if we can just turn to
Okay,
camera?
sure.
And I mean no disrespect.
Cesar, we're very excited to have you here. When we told people that you were coming, it was like a rock star. You were like a rock star to people in Toronto. Is there something that you sort of notice, regardless of where you travel, that the one overriding thing that you can tell people right now who are watching to help them?
Well, the way they hold the leash sometimes in this aspect, so the viewers understand, like the way they put the leash or where they put the leash, how they hold the leash, all that counts because that's communication. See the leash or the collar all the way in the bottom actually creates a dog to pull. You know, so if you want control over the dog, you just change the position over here, and instead of pull back, you pull to the side. This is normal. This is normal because he's used to that. There you go. So instead of holding this way, you just hold more relaxed. And then you pass that energy through it. See, it changes this state of mind.
All right, I must ask you, there has to be a common thread. What is the most, in your experience, the common problem that people have with their dogs or their dogs have with people? The most common.
The most common is they blame the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's common. And they says, my dog has a problem.
Yeah.
That's a conversation. So I believe it's the human that has the information, you know, not in the right place.
Sure.
All right, so why don't we get to work, Cesar? Is that okay? So we're going to actually start with Minnie, although I know you started with Sienna already. And we'll talk to Minnie's owner and let her describe to Cesar what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Beth.
With Minnie, it's basically if there's anybody that comes near the house, if we're taking her for a walk, if she sees people walking towards us. We've had incidents where if guests come over our home, as soon as they give us a hug or greet us, she starts barking. And she gets extremely excited about it.
Is she off the leash at that time?
When we're outdoors, she's always on a leash.
Yeah.
When we're indoors, she's off a leash.
Do you feel that she behaves better on the leash?
Sometimes, but I find that if we don't let her go and approach the people, then she'll just go crazy with the barking.
Okay, so what else does she controls as well? Like the feeding ritual, waking up in the morning, going out of the door?
No, the feeding, she's very structured. Same thing with her sleeping. She'll wake up whenever we ask her to get up and basically go outside. The main issue is just, I think, a possessiveness of us as the owners. She doesn't want anybody to get extremely close to us.
Which means you're part of the pack, not the pack leader, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so have you ever put a leash when somebody comes into the house?
We tried that once, and we just found that it got her more worked up because she was fighting us to get to the people and to see what was going on.
Do you feel embarrassed when that happens?
Extremely embarrassed.
So, yeah, see, that's the communication. So I'm just looking for how the human communicates, not with the leash, but from the internal conversation. So a lot of times people are already anticipating their dog jumping on people. It's like, oh my God. So that conversation puts you in a follower position.
Okay.
So instead, I always say calm and assertive.
Right.
But when you are not comfortable with yourself or with what's going to happen, you're not calm and you're not assertive anymore.
Right.
So begin with that, and then you can ask your dog what you want.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so we'll continue.
Yeah, of course.
So you can work with the
We
doggies.
got to put it into practice.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so Matt's doing some very important work out there, as you always do every single morning. Matt?
Yes, good morning, good morning, good morning. What you're looking at right now is probably one of my favorite
Well, you
Appreciated. We welcome back. Now, Cesar has been working with Minnie and her owner, and so this is Minnie's issue right here. All right, so I'm going to leave it to Cesar.
That's a little aggressive.
Yeah, that's
so I apologize.
Yeah, she should bark about it.
She should do.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop her from barking.
Okay,
like
so
jumping around and things like that, that's because somebody else in their own space. When you come into her space, she should defend herself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
what
that's
is
not
some
the
work
issue,
that she can do at home right now?
Well, see, one of the things that I was talking to her about it is how she presents herself. So if you present yourself this way, you don't look too confident. And in the animal world, they pick up on how you feel right away. So just the fact that you exercise shoulders up, that means confidence. You know. And
Posture then. Good posture, everyone. Posture for your dog. There we are.
And when you open the door, you don't open the door tentative. You open the door, in control of the situation. And don't focus on the past, just focus on what you want to do today. So past, present, future, I don't worry about the future or the past, I just focus on the now.
Okay.
And
I
bring
know
that Italian out. They're not known by being, unsure.
And I know that we see on your show a lot in terms of claiming the space. And
Claiming
so,
the
for
space.
example, when someone comes to your door,
Yes.
and this is part of that
Yes.
idea that this is my space, and with your energy, thanks, Minnie, with your energy to say, you need to respect my space.
That's right.
Yeah, and I know you've seen that before.
Definitely.
Yeah.
As soon as we
See,
have
this is a
anybody
bad
that comes
habit,
over.
see it? Look, here.
Chest out. There we go. The posture, as you say.
Otherwise, look.
Okay.
See, that's a conversation, and you pass that through the leash.
Fair enough.
So pretend this is a very expensive purse.
All right.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton, for
Louis
example.
Okay. Please stay where you are.
Okay.
You too as well. We have more dogs that
Thank
we're going to
you.
deal with. And if you have some questions for Cesar to deal with, maybe real quick about issues you have with your dog or your dog has with you, et cetera, you're the problem, by the way.
Yeah.
Send them into, we're going to do
Contest.
at CP24.com.
Yeah, tell your dog to call us.
That's right.
He tell us the truth.
That's right. Like he says, he
bunch of F's and J's.
trains people and rehabilitates dogs. So we've got more with Cesar Millan coming up after the break. Stay with us on CP24 Breakfast.
Good morning. Good morning.
And we welcome back Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, is here. We worked with Minnie, who had a little bit of a barking issue now. We're going to reintroduce Sienna. And Mom, tell us what Sienna's issue is, according to you.
Okay, well, in terms of Sienna, what's happening is we can't take anything away from her. So if she has a toy or food,
And she jumps.
then yeah, well, she jumps too. But like the issue is if I take her to the park, she always picks up things, and I'm afraid that she'll pick up chocolate or she picks up a tissue with a harmful substance on it, and I just can't take it away from her. And then at the dog park as well, all the dogs bring their toys. She takes them. She won't give them back.
Steals
and
them.
everyone,
She's a thief.
Oh yeah, she can't share. Yeah. And then I can't get them back, and everyone gets really mad. Like, oh, I can't. Like, that's my toy. That's my dog's toy.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
I'm sorry,
Common
So.
dog park issue.
Yeah, actually not. Humping is a common dog package. But so can we do that? Can we trigger that so I can see how you do it? Okay. Oh, I see.
I guess if you put it, I haven't gone.
Yeah, but what? Oh. But with the toy would be, how would you address that?
Here, look.
Oh, like, should I
Yeah,
show you?
how would you, yeah.
Oh, I would just kind of like walk up to her and try to take it away.
Okay, let me see it.
Sienna, come. Okay, that never happened.
It's just Cesar's presence, trust me.
It's just his presence.
Okay, do it again. Well, even the way you did it, you know, from the back,
Yeah.
it challenged them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to
ahead.
work with Sienna right now. Lindsay, we're going to go in for headlines, and then we'll be back out here to work on Sienna.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very, very much.
I'd like to introduce you to my new best friend, Cesar Millan. By the way, take the photos now. Thanks very much.
We've just been listening in conversation here because Lisa Marie with her dog Sienna, we've just been watching. So if we can just reiterate, if you don't mind, some of the things that you've been telling Lisa Marie. And Lisa, what have you been understanding from this?
So, just that the problem is just taking things away from her. And from talking to Cesar just for a few minutes here, I realized that I was just kind of going in and taking things, and that kind of gets her excited. So I have to kind of show her my hand, show her that I'm in control, and then take it away.
It's a calm approach to conveying the exercise of, okay, exercise is done. Or I need to take the toy away from you, you know,
Yeah.
in case where the toy is not yours.
Yeah.
And another thing that I was saying is don't push the dog. You can touch or move in,
Okay.
you know, for you to claim space. So the excitement of a husky is absolutely, what she's doing is pretty normal.
Yeah.
Can you show again how you're gonna take the toy? There you go, much calmly.
Okay, let's see.
See, the conversation you're doing, even the way you move away, yeah, it's forward. You're used to move away.
Yeah.
You know, so that only intensifies what you don't want. Go for it.
Been there with that squeaky toy. Wow. Well done.
Holding this.
Yeah. Here. There you go.
Back.
Yeah, see, people get stuck when they hold something, you get stuck, they don't go into relaxation. So, if you want to help, you just touch to the side. So you just help the person who's holding the ball. There you go.
Hey, that was easy.
Nice work, Lisa Marie.
Nice work. I think you know what you're doing, by the way.
Yes.
So far, so good.
All right, please keep your questions coming in for Cesar. Contest at CP24.com. More with Cesar Millan, the Dog Whisperer, on CP24 Breakfast after the break.
Let's head outside to Mel and Steve.
Hey, Lindsay,
Hey.
thank you very, very much. Once again, we are very excited to have Cesar Millan, the Dog Whisperer, here. We also want to welcome this morning Tanya and her dog Trixie. Welcome.
Hi there.
Hi there.
Hi.
All right,
What's do you say is Trixie's issue?
She suffers from separation anxiety.
Okay. And so, and how do we see that?
When I leave, she freaks out. When I come home, she's all
Ecstatic.
ecstatic, like running, freaking out all over the place.
All right. So we have the right person here to help.
I hope so.
All right. So if you would like, perhaps Cesar, do you mind taking Trixie? And we're going to say bye to Mom for a second, and we will deal with this.
All right.
All right, Tanya. We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. So Tanya's going to go and hide behind the car, and we'll see what actually
So
happens.
what kind, how old is your dog?
My dog is 3 years old. He's just over there. Yeah, my dog's 3 years old, my little Dobie, who's a little bit larger than this dog here. So we're just listening to Trixie, as you can hear. So what are you thinking right now, Cesar?
Well, see, because the owner left with the anticipation of that's what's going to happen to the dog, the owner was already worried. That's what I was asking her. You know, what is your perception about what's going to happen? And to her, so she knows, she believed that she knew she was about to leave her. See, the dogs live in the moment.
Yeah.
They can only react as the moment happens.
Right.
But the human creates an anticipation. You know, so right now to feel bad about her, it's not the right thing. So if I'm going to take care of a dog that has anxiety, I'm not going to cuddle her. I'm not going to, give her affection.
Caress her.
Caress her at
No.
that time. This is normal, for her to try to move away and try to run to her. It's normal, but I'm just going to stay calm again, and not let this behavior affect my emotions.
And that's where we kind of treat them like humans. Oh, it's okay. And you try to soothe them,
Right.
and not in this state.
If you want to touch, it's best to give a deep tissue massage. It relaxes.
Just calm them down?
Yeah.
The issues that you deal with on your show, obviously it's television, we understand that.
Yeah.
We're live, of course. There's a period of time that lapses between you dealing with the problem and the solution for the dog. How patient should people be? I mean, if they have an issue with their dog and they've watched your show, how long should they wait if they take what you've taught them before they actually see some results?
Well, in rehabilitation, time does not exist. In relationship, time does not exist. Or you committed 100%, or don't be part of it.
Right.
That's just how I work. You know, it's just you're in a in a relationship, you must be committed to it. So it's no time. Time is not it.
Now Tanya's coming back.
Now Tanya's coming back. Now, how should she approach?
Just keep coming in. Just stay right here. Don't touch it. We gotta wait until she relaxes a little bit, so then I can pass it on to you. You all right? You want to talk about something else? Why not?
One thing, Tanya,
see the conversation here? Yeah. What's happening? What's going through your mind?
I feel bad for her. I just want to help her.
I know. Well, if you believe, you know, a little bit on what I have to say, you just wait a little bit. The patience. This is the perfect time. See, she feels that if she goes and touch, she's gonna help. I feel that if she waits for her to relax a little bit, then I give it to her. Then we achieve what we want, which is removing the anxiety. So that's why I say think about something else. What do you like to do? I mean, what are you doing? And you guys can check. You know, this is what I observe: how people behave, how much eye contact exists. Look at the glare on the eyes. Look again, eye contact.
Stop looking at him.
Yeah.
I mean her.
Yeah.
All right.
So what do you like? There you go.
Can't help yourself, man.
This is what I'm saying.
Eyes
It's not
forward,
the dog.
Cesar.
Yeah, it's not the dog. It's the human behind the dog. You see what I mean? Because you're giving and giving and giving this projection of it. That's what I'm trying to redirect you to something different.
Okay.
Okay, calm down.
There you go.
I should ask you this: has there been a dog or a dog situation that you couldn't solve? Are you going to say, of course, no? You're
In the
Cesar
show,
Millan.
no.
Not in the show.
No, 99% of the cases are psychological. So the one they're born with neurological problems, I can't. You know,
of course.
That's why that's why we're doing a campaign about to be against puppy mills.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so really, just in terms of time lapse, what we're looking for, if I understand correctly, is for Trixie to relax, for Mom to relax too, and then you would do the handover.
Yeah.
Is that
just
the idea?
a little bit of it?
Now, how would she deal with this on her own? When I say she, I'm sorry, never refer to a person in the third person when they're there. Tanya, how would she deal with this on her own, Cesar?
There we go.
Well,
I mean, if she's alone, how does she deal with that?
There you go. Just let her go through it, and you breathe. So for her to go into a more relaxed state, that's all I'm asking right now. That's what I'm suggesting right now.
Yeah.
Just to not touch or pet when the dog is whining, because that's anxiety. You know, not to feel sorry for the dog when the dog is whining. I understand, you know, from a maternal point of view that's what you want to do, but if you really want to help the case, you have to put yourself like a paramedic or become like a paramedic. Paramedics don't feel sorry for people who are under stress. You see, what they give is a calm, assertive approach. That's why they remove family members. Yeah, there you go. So this is a better time.
Yeah.
So that's silence, because you're removing anxiety and you're creating silence. Now the dog's more comfortable.
Perfect. We're going to get some more emails from folks that have some problems. Send them into contest at CP24.com.
Right now, we're going to say good morning to Matt Baber. We're going to stay out here with Cesar Millan.
Out to Melissa and Steve with the cutest doggies.
Hello, thank you so much, Mika. Cesar Millan, we've been getting flooded with emails because you know a lot of people, I don't know if you know, is this your first time in Toronto?
First time, yeah.
It's a dog city.
It is?
By the way. Oh, yeah, everybody and their mother has dogs, and Sultan right here proving that.
It's a number of emails that we actually, for the second time on the show, broke in the internet. Just to let you know. And thank you all for the emails that we have. So some questions?
Okay.
All right, this is from Sarah. She says, first off, huge fan. Completely changed my philosophy on our relationship with animals. They need leaders, not mothers. Good point.
Love it.
We have 3 dogs, and only one of them, a 1.5-year-old Yorkshire Terrier, is a barker. He vocalizes about anything fear, excitement. My method so far has been to say in a firm voice, no barking. This does nothing. I also noticed that he's just as yappy after a long walk when he's bored and wants to, or when he's bored and wants to go out. So it doesn't appear that it's a result of an excess of energy. Thank you for any advice you can offer.
This sounds one of those cases where they're more than just a pet. You know, this is a working type kind of guy.
Yeah.
So this is the time where I suggest obedience, agility course, a little bit more than just a walk, because these guys are born to work.
Right.
Especially this kind of case. All dogs they enjoy themselves when they work, but some of them especially they need an extra challenge. This is a more psychological challenge dog. Sorry.
All right, we've got more questions to come with Cesar. Sultan, he's being totally disrespectful to you at home with his tush to you. We've got more with Cesar. We know that you are loving him. We are loving him here as well. Stay tuned. More on CP24 Breakfast.
Well, now it is time to check back in with Mel and Steve and Cesar.
Oh, hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Lindsay. We once again welcome Cesar. So many questions. Can I get a couple to you?
Let's do it.
Sultan here.
Nice.
Okay, sit. Sit. Sit.
Nice.
Good boy.
All right, now you get down.
Good boy.
Woo.
Thanks. So,
Thanks,
Sultan.
and sexy.
He gets treats later. This is coming in from Anne. She said she has an aggressive little dog. She knows that they're aggressive, but perhaps more afraid than anything. The question is, what do you do in the moment when they snap at people, like their owners, when they're being picked up and placed in their crates?
It's fear. See, aggression is not the problem; it's the outcome of a problem. So we have. What I like to focus on the roots of the problem. And so when a dog is afraid of the owner, or when an animal is afraid, that's when they snap. You know. Right. So we don't have to cure the aggression. What we have to cure is the fear here. So the dog is afraid not just to that. The dog is afraid in other areas. It's just most of the time people focus on when they get hurt, not when the dog is getting hurt. So fear hurts somebody.
I see.
You see what I mean? But if a dog is afraid of a box, people don't do anything about it. They just remove the box.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's very important for the dog to get cured in all the areas before they focus on what they want.
Sure. Not just fear of hurting somebody, fear of lawsuits as well. Come on. I mean, let's be frankly aware of that. Well, you dealt with this before, but people just joining us, you dealt with Trixie outside. But again, Helen's saying I have a problem with my dog having separation anxiety. Every time I leave my apartment, my dog is constantly barking. Also, he pulls his bed and drags it along to the end of the living room. He chewed one arm of his recliner chair a few times. How do I stop this from happening?
Well, we always hear the human complaining about the dog. We never hear the dog complain about the human. And so what I would like to hear is how long are the walks, and if the dog is walking next to the human, behind the human. A lot of people just walk a dog in front, and they allow the dog to stop in every tree or in every pole, you know. And so it's very important, the structure, not just walk just for, you know, just because you feel sorry for the dog, but walk with structure.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
All right, last question here. I've got a year-and-a-half-old spayed cross pug with Shar-Pei, who's uncontrollable. She jumps on everyone no matter how many times I tell her down or no. Nibbles on fingers, jumps, and I've considered giving her away, but the kids cry every time I mention it. Thank you from Ida.
As a father, I like to teach my kids how to work through problems, not to get rid of the problems. You know, so that's a life learning experience. But it's very important that people see it as animal, dog, breed, name. Most of the people see it as name, breed, and then they humanize them. So they try to control the situation by telling the dog or by using the name of a dog. So it's animal, dog, breed, name. And the new show is coming out September 15th. The new season.
By the way,
we're hooked.
If you don't have an occupation right now, I'm thinking dog advocate. Like a dog lawyer would be a really good thing to have, because dogs aren't represented up here in Canada, only in the States with you. There you go.
And if you'd like to see Cesar live, by the way, we're really excited that you're in Canada for the first time. November 1st, you're going to be at the ACC, and tickets are on sale already, by the way. Now, you can't bring your dog, but you can definitely see you doing your thing.
Yeah, your dog would really appreciate that you come.
And what I did find out about you were mentioning, if I can steal it from you, so you have actually kind of a house set built so that when dogs come up, you can deal with a real life situation.
Yeah, and they're humans. More important is to bring the human to come and learn. You know, not so much the dog. The dog learns really fast. It's the human who needs the lessons.
That's right. Don't we know it? Cesar, it was such an honor to have you here
so
today. Really, truly.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
And Cesar, I just like to say, woof!
Hey. Hey, guys. I became a Canadian now.
That's right. Not Canadian now, eh? That's right.
Roof, eh?
Right. Thank you so much for being here.
All right. Thank you again.
Yes.
So let's see what Matt's doing this morning. Good morning, Matt.